and those that we can latch on to. But the conclusions always cut both ways. Should we ask our colleagues who usually would have been with us at public events such as this? I believe they would have their stories too, personal, formal, intimate or otherwise, of their encounters with us, those who mourn them today. Just that we cannot hear their voices, we cannot share their narrative now, but we recognize the quality of the material they brought to the national table, which is the agenda for development. They have played their roles, and admirably so. They have served their nation and humanity well. How about us? What we feel, and palpably so, is the bewilderment, the confusion, the anger, the sadness, the denial, the grief, maybe acceptance at some point. What we know now are emotions that are expressing themselves from many quarters, including grieving parents, family members, siblings, wives, children, colleagues, neighbors, friends, and many others. And many more others who never knew them, but who hurt anyway. We have a nation in mourning. What we anticipate is the demand for answers. Abiding questions may include, why is this happening? Why did this happen? Why now? Why them? What should we do? What should we know? What are the lessons? How should we learn the lessons? How should we apply them? This is definitely not a time for distasteful gloating over the misfortune, for postulation. This is not a time for apportioning blame. It is a time for sober reflection, of paying attention to detail and to facts. A time for ensuring that mishaps are avoided going forward. It is a time for considering if the unhelpful barriers we consciously continue to build and maintain, which persistently divide us as a people, is worth the effort. It is a time for wishing our colleagues who have perished in the line of duty peaceful rest. It is a time for praying for comfort for their families and for everyone. It is a time too for the rest of us, all of us, to renew our pledge to work in ways that truly advance our country, as they have tried to do. Quote, Father, in thy gracious keeping, leave we now your servants sleeping. Thank you very much.
First Lady of the Republic of Ghana, Mrs. Mahama, Your Excellency the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Professor Jane Naana Opoku-Agyeman, the Right Honorable Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Alban S.K. Bagbin, the Acting Chief Justice, Justice Paul Bafo-Boni, and Justices of the Supreme Court and members of the Judiciary, Your Excellency, the former President of the Republic of Ghana, John Agyekum Kufuor, Your Excellency, the former Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the Chief of Staff, Minister of State, senior government officials, the National Chairman, General Secretary, and members of the National Democratic Congress, members of the Council of State, members of the clergy, both Christian and Muslim, traditional leaders, heads of security services, members of the diplomatic corps, heads of international organizations and agencies, families of our gallant fallen heroes, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen, the good people of Ghana. We gather tonight under a cloud of shared grief, our hearts heavy with the profound sorrow that has gripped our nation. The news of the helicopter crash at Adansiakro, which tragically claimed the lives of 8 of our beloved citizens, all of whom were proudly serving our great nation, has shattered us to the core. Our nation is indeed in deep mourning. In my official capacity as President of the Republic of Ghana, I wish to extend the sincerest condolences of our nation to the bereaved families, the spouses and children who have lost pillars in their lives, the parents, the siblings grappling with the unimaginable pain, and the countless friends, colleagues, and community members who cherish these dedicated individuals. I pray that the cherished memories of these our loved ones will serve as a guiding light, illuminating a path through the darkness and devastation of this national tragedy. But I'm not addressing you today solely in my capacity as President. I stand before you tonight, additionally, and quite humbly, as a person who is also personally grieving the departed. But I'm not interested in addressing you today solely, each of the 8 individuals on that helicopter was either a friend, a cherished colleague, or a valued citizen of this country that I lead. Indeed, some of them were like close family, like brothers, and so I feel their loss quite deeply. It pains me to think of them reduced today merely to names written and repeated again and again in news reports both here and abroad. There were only a few days ago vibrant lives, each dedicated to a singular cause, the betterment of our country. I want to honor those lives that were lived in full with unwavering passion and a commitment right up until they took their final breaths. Remember Flight Officer Chumampedu, Squadron Leader Peter Anala, Sergeant Ernest Ado Mensah, Samuel Abuaje, former NDC parliamentary candidate for Boise East and Deputy Coordinator for National Disaster Management Organization, Samuel Sapon, National Vice Chairman of the National Democratic Congress, Alhaji Limuna Muniru Mohammed, Acting Deputy National Security Coordinator, Dr. Ibrahim Murtala Ibrahim Mohammed, MP for Tamale Central and Minister for Environment, Science and Technology, and my friend and confidant advisor, Dr. Edward Kofi Omani Boama, serving as our Minister for Defense. What compounds our collective grief and shock as a nation is the sudden, unpredictable, and violent nature of their passing. Culturally, we've become used to preparing for the loss of loved ones, even in brief illnesses. Yet in this increasingly complex and fast-moving world, we're sometimes faced with such sudden bereavement, forcing us to confront how fragile and how fleeting life really is. Here today, gone tomorrow. Recently, in a similar tragic accident, a few days before, we lost 15 of our young citizens, members of a church singing band who had gone to perform at a youth program of their church. Similarly, on that occasion, I expressed my condolences to the bereaved family and placed a personal call to Openyi Abraham, who is the head of the Savior Church in Ghana, to whom these young people belonged. It is at times like this, however, that the true spirit of us as Ghanaians reveal itself. We showcase the profound compassion that we have our inherent decency, our indomitable resilience, and our deep-seated unity that have come to define our nation, Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, we come together tonight not solely as a nation divided by regions, ethnic groups, or political parties, but as a nation of brothers and sisters held together by the fundamental understanding that we are indeed each other's keepers. Each one of us stands at the center of a vast network of people that extends beyond any single region or ethnic group. That was precisely the case with our 8 brothers we have just lost. Combined, I'm certain that the communities that they touch span the entire width and breadth of this nation, creating an interconnected tapestry of human relations. We're truly one seamless, unified family, and therefore we must not only mourn as one, but commit to healing as one. Their ultimate sacrifice, though painful beyond measure, serves as a powerful reminder of the profound work that remains to be done for Ghana. We know with absolute certainty that they will not want us to be paralyzed by grief. Indeed, they'll be the first to urge us to pick up the mantle, to channel our sorrow into renewed determination to get the work done. This is precisely the spirit behind Resetting Ghana agenda. A comprehensive call to reevaluate, to rebuild, and to reignite our collective ambition for a stronger, more prosperous nation. It demands courage, innovation, and an unwavering belief in our shared destiny. Let us therefore transform this profound sorrow into a catalyst for action. Let us honor their memories not just with tears, but with renewed dedication to the very ideals that they lived and died for. Let us recommit ourselves to working tirelessly, transcending our differences and focusing our energies on the monumental task of nation building. They served Ghana with their last breath, and it is our sacred duty to continue that service, to build the Ghana they wanted, a Ghana of opportunity, justice, and prosperity for all our citizens. Ladies and gentlemen, today marks the end of the 3 days of mourning that was declared for our fallen colleagues. We move from grieving to accepting our loss. Following the positive identification of the bodies of our deceased brothers, we will lay the first 2 of our comrades to rest tomorrow at the military cemetery at Chado. Consultations with families will determine the burial dates of the remaining colleagues. This is the enduring legacy they would expect, the progress they would demand. In closing, I would like to leave you with the poignant words of another native son of ours, one who served this country well, and who was also taken from us suddenly and in an equally violent and shocking manner. And the brief poem is titled, The Journey Beyond. And this son of ours is Professor Kofi Awuno, who was a former member of the Council of State. And I quote, he says, "The howling cry through the doorposts, carrying boiling pots, ready for the feast. Kutsiami, the benevolent boatman, when I come to the river shore, please ferry me across. I do not have tied in my cloth the price of your stewardship," unquote. I'm certain, countrymen and women, that at the end of their passage, our 8 comrades will be met and welcomed on the other shore of the river by Professor Kofi Awono, who wrote that poem, His Excellency Professor John Evans Atamils, Madame Theodosia Salome Oko, His Excellency Jerry John Rawlings, Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, and all the other past great sons and daughters of our dear nation, Ghana. May the souls of our comrades and colleagues rest in perfect peace. May God bless their families and all who knew and loved them. And may God continue to bless our beloved homeland, Ghana. I thank you.
We will now take the benediction to be pronounced by the very Reverend Father.
He had passion for business and also for football and leadership. In politics, Samuel was a committed member and a servant of the National Democratic Congress and served as parliamentary candidate for the NDC in 2020 and 2024. And I had the privilege of working with him as regional secretary in the 2024 elections. And his dedication to serving the good people of Obuasi East and Adansi Asokwa can never be undervalued. To us, the youth of Ghana, we say that somehow we have lost a bright and a promising leader, a young leader who has proved that politics could be about service, humility, and integrity. His story reminds us that leadership is not measured in years lived, but in lives touched. Samuel, your wife Abigail will miss you. Your two daughters will definitely miss you. Mother will miss you. The family will miss you. NDC will miss you. NADMU will miss you. And of course, Ghana will miss you. We say rest in power. And the other family members, the least expected that just that morning, after he had communicated, and right from Obuasi, he will be coming home to his beloved wife and family. We would rather not see him after the Obuasi incident, but we rather be there enjoying him. For us, as people of Ashanti region, Honorable Samuel has paid his dues beyond that of Ashanti Man and that of the Republic of Ghana. That he did not only serve the NDC, but served government in various capacities as the Kumasi Mayor during the NDC to His Excellency John Evans Atamils, and also served as regional minister under His Excellency John Mahama between 2013 and 2017. While serving as regional minister at the Ashanti region, His Excellency the President reshuffled him to serve again as the Central Regional Minister during that course of his service. Before the end of that tenure of His Excellency the President, he reassigned him to serve as the chairman for the State Housing Company Limited. During the time in opposition, Dr. Samuel did not relent on his effort in making sure that His Excellency the President is re-elected. During the election period, he was all out, for which reason the party hierarchy, i.e. the chairman, Johnson Asidu Ketia, through the FEC, appointed him to serve as the first vice chairman of the National Democratic Congress. He did not hesitate on executing any assignment that was given to him as first vice of the party and also in service of the Republic of Ghana. Today, we are sad as a family to be announced to us by the chairman of the NDC that at that moment when he took his appointment letter to serve again under this government, in that very period where he standing here in sorrow and mourning. We believe so much that that service and that recognition means so much to us as a family, and we believe so much that his service and his example will lead and will motivate us and make sure that we serve Ghana with loyalty and serve Ghana passionately and selflessly. Dr. Samuel, may you rest in perfect peace. Thank you.